Hi, this is Thea, and this week what I have is a continuation of the pick making series. As you can see, I had some other projects going on at the same time that required the use of my forge. So I just used the forge to heat up pick the pick tips to the correct temperature before quenching them. And here I'm just putting the picks into the forge. So I've already heated up the forge, as you can see by the glowing metal. And these picks, since they're super thin, they heat up really fast. So it takes almost no time to get them up to temperature, I mean. I'm using a forge here, but that is complete overkill for this. It's completely unnecessary to use a forge. You can use a propane plumbing torch like what you can get at your local hardware store. Since this is super thin metal, it heats up really quickly in that, and you'll do just fine with that if you want to use this method at home. The oil that I'm using here is used motor oil. It actually just came out of my car not long ago when I changed the oil. And what you do to quench these is you just take them out of the forge and then dunk them in. It'll probably smoke a little. You might get a little flame, but it's unlikely. And then you have a couple of seconds to straighten out the piece. Sometimes it does crack when you do that, as with this.
Oof.
And so I did have to redo that one, but since I am pretty much out of propane, I decided to just file the replacement for that one. That is the 25,000th standard hook that broke. And since it was only one and it doesn't really take that long to file just one, I decided to just go for it. And so here are the completed picks, and at least the quenched picks. They do still have some work to do to go through later. What I used for this is a toaster oven because I figured if somebody is going to be doing a lot of this, might as well get something that's easy to get a hold of. And so I went with this toaster oven. I put it in on the baking tray, set it to the maximum temperature and maximum time, in this case, a half hour. And so I did do a couple of heat cycles since it was only a half hour. I like to do 2 of them at an hour for the high carbon steel, but I didn't have time. And here is the test of the temper. So I included a junk piece that came from the same metal that I was working on, and I put that through the exact same heat treat and then deliberately broke it. And it's kind of hard to see in the video, but it's a very fine grain in there, which is what you want to see. It should look almost cloudy, if that makes sense. And then since I did have another pick that broke, the 25 thousandths, I decided to try that one as well, just for fun. And I was pretty happy with the results there. It took a fair bit of flexing and before it broke. And when it did break, it only did so after quite a bit of force applied to it. A lot more than it will ever be subjected to in use. And then again, same thing there, it's that really fine grain. So that is all I have for you today. If you liked that video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. And also, go ahead and take a look at the first video in this series. I have that linked here. And that will tell you how to win the finished picks. And I have a couple more videos that I'm going to do on those. Once the picks are completely finished, then the entry period will be closed and I will do the drawing for the winner.